Jason Krog is one of 3 players in the history of the American Hockey League to earn the league's Triple Crown Award. He led the league in goals, assists, and points in 2008, a year he was also named the AHL's most valuable player.
He currently leads the AHL with a career-high 73 assists, 110 points, and is tied for first with 37 goals in 79 games this season. He's posted at least 1 point in 61 of his 79 games, which includes 32 with 2 or more. And he's the 4th player in team history to post at least 100 points in a season. Please join us in congratulating number 10, Jason Krog, Full's Team All-Star, and this year's American Hockey League Most Valuable Player.
Jason Krog, to me, was phenomenal. And to win, I think it was the 3rd time in the history in 70-something years for a player to win the Triple Crown, goals, assists, and points. And you got to give kudos to Brett Sterling, who was a terrific player, Rookie of the Year here with the Wolves, for passing the puck.
Some goals.
Passing the puck to his centerman to get that empty netter to win that over him, I believe it was.
Yes, it was.
So,
It was.
I mean, that was just a team concept, too. It was unbelievable.
Both great guys. Krog is clearly the Gretzky of the American Hockey League.
He walks forward, a shot never got through. Krog out of midair! Jason Krog, that puck was waist high, and the good baseball move. He batted it home with a nice bunt. It's 2-1. He's short at center when he floated it in, but they say Kwiatkowski could have touched it, so now pulled it. A long pass, here's a breakaway chance. Krog to the net! Jason Krog with a hat trick!
And what a feat by Arthur Kulda. Take the tape from one end of the blue line, and Jason Krog, the best sniper.
Krog was a guy who the Wolves had an eye on long before he put on a Wolves sweater in Rosemont.
I remember watching him. He came up in the Anaheim organization. He played in Cincinnati. And I remember sitting there with Chevy saying, we got to get that guy. We got to get that guy. That was clear at the beginning. It was just that's the guy you have to have. And we couldn't get him for a while, but we did get him eventually. But, you know, there's few players that you run into that are that good.
And it's cleared to center. Here comes Schultz. Has Haydar with it. Schultz right to the net. Wait. Center Krog. He's got it. Jason Krog. His second goal of the game. 3-2 Wolves.
His line mates, Darren Haydar and Brett Sterling, had seen the past 2 seasons with the Wolves bring various success to their AHL careers.
Krog cutting in. Didn't want to shoot it in front of Haydar. What a pass. What a play. Jason Krog putting on a show. Here's a chance for Sterling ignored. 4 overtime games in a row. Brett Sterling has won it. 3-2 Wolves.
Krog would carry on that tradition of excellence with his stellar 2008 season, compiling 39 goals and 73 assists for 112 total points. It was his line mates who would help him get there.
Haydar kicks to the stick. Wants Krog to Sterling. Wolves win. Oh, what a play. They all 3 figure in the goal. The best line in the league last year is doing it again this year. 4-3 Wolves.
I asked him, what does it mean to you to win the MVP? Really winding down your career in North America. And he said, it is special, but I feel like I haven't played to my potential this year. It was not as good as years I had last year, but still good enough without a doubt. The number of points he has had of anybody else, the way he has carried this team, and his buddy. I asked him the same thing, Darren, what's it mean for your buddy to win the MVP? He said, you know what, it's very special for the two of us. When Jason Krog won the Hobie Baker, he said, I was his right winger. So it's very neat for the two of us to be together for this in consecutive years.
From their very first shift together, it was clear that the Smurf Line was a magical combination.
Haydar cutting in, gonna look for Sterling. He's got it, he shoots him, save rebound, open net Krog. Now he's got 2 goals and 4 assists. Jason Krog makes it 8-2.
I remember the first game we had Krog and Haydar together. And this is in Peoria, the very first game of the year, and it's kind of a quiet game, nothing's going on. So gets dumped in the corner. So here goes Haydar, he goes in like this, looks this way, throws it behind his back, and here comes Krog late on the play and roofs it. And the rest of our bench, like it lifted our bench. We won 5-0 that game. But just that goal going, wow, we've got a chance this year. You could feel it right at that point on the very first shift of the game.
Krog with Sterling out in front. Here's a wrist shot, stand-up save by Beckford Sioux. Now Haydar for Krog to Sterling. Oh, man, that's pretty. How do you like that? 4-3 Wolves.
Not many times in a year when you could say that line played together the whole year, and they virtually did, and they all had terrific years.
Yes.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
Brett Sterling scores 55 goals as a rookie. I think his line mates are pretty good too, and not and that's not to take away from Sturls. So Sturls is a phenomenal scorer and is to this day a phenomenal scorer. Like he's got the knack, but just a combination of those guys together. Whereas just as Johnny said, it's like Kroger and Hayes together were something, and then you had Sturls, which basically they're by osmosis. I swear they morphed into each other. Like I mean, they knew where each other were going to go and what was going to do.
We had the BMW line, and we had Wiseman and Brown and Malte, and we have the Smurf line, which is these three guys. And absolutely, you're right.
It's my pleasure to introduce Jim Mill, Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations for the American Hockey League, to present the Most Valuable Player Award for the 2008 Calder Cup Championship to Jason Krog.
Jason Krog was a smart hockey player, clever, along with Wiseman, probably the best centerman we've ever had. Makes the plays, a good solid person. We wouldn't have won the cups without him. He controls the puck. I think, Jason's the kind of guy probably could have played in the NHL along with Haydar if people would have stayed with him.
Krog, Haydar, and Sterling would set the stage for the Wolves to win their 4th championship in 2008. But first, there would be the small matter of some very prominent facial hair. Tune in next time as Darren greatly continues to chart the history of the Chicago Wolves in this exclusive docu-series.